All right. Hello, I'm here to introduce Laurie Berry Clifford to you. Rooted in the timeless, Laurie Berry Clifford moved from an understanding that humans are triune beings. They are made up of three parts: the body, the story, the true self. Her initials, LBC, bring three attributes of the one to mind: love, beauty, and compassion. LBC's taglines are that of a mystic, mother, non-dual teacher, mentor, hypnotherapist, writer, singer-songwriter, retreat leader, speaker, publisher, owner-operator of Waking Dreams Retreat in West Asheville, team leader of Life Together at Jubilee, and a member of the Om Sanctuary Collective. So thank you, Laurie, for your time.
Good to be here.
Yeah, I've gotten the honor to learn from you. You're now one of my mentors, so I'm very grateful for your wisdom.
Aww.
Yeah.
Aww, that's sweet.
Mm-hmm. And what I wanted to ask you about was grace. What does grace mean to you?
Well, technically grace is unmerited favor, is how it's been defined through the ages in a theological sort of way. But for me, grace has to do with understanding something that's always there. We tend to think of grace like popping up here. Oh, that was full of grace. This one wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do we begin to live in a felt understanding that grace is already there, is always there? So that might bring us back to the model that I work from, or the understanding that I work from, that human beings are triune beings. It means we have three parts. So right now we're feeling our bodies sitting here on this level of manifestation. It's pretty solid. You know, if I pinch you, you might scream. So we kind of know what our bodies are. And sitting here, we might know what our stories are to some extent. Most people identify the story, and story is kind of what happens in your human life. And people tend to identify that as things generally that don't feel good. You know, like, well, but they tend not to identify that with things that feel good, especially things that feel spiritual. So if I broke my leg, I went to the hospital, that would be my story, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I told you that I lived in love, peace, and joy for an entire week, one would tend to sort of say, well, that's what we're all trying to attain to. So that's not so much a human story, that much might be a spiritual thing that is on some other level. I make it really easy for myself and other people. I just say that your story is anything that has any chance of ever changing. Even if you are on a spiritual high for a week, show me someone who stayed there. I know some pretty powerful spiritual people. I don't know anyone who stayed there. So if we can say that your story is anything that has any possibility of changing, then that gets it really clear. So what's the third part? The third part is where each human being is joined with the divine, and the two cannot be separated. That place is very still, has no qualities. Qualities arise from it, but itself it has no qualities. So we would call that, in whatever terminologies you want to use, one of them is the unmanifest. Everything else is manifestation of the unmanifest. My term for it is the one. The only thing that's happening. The one is manifesting right now is Laurie, and the one is manifesting right now is Crystal. In the ups and downs of the story, in the quirkiness of the body, which of course we have, and the thing about it is that the stillness is always there. So, but we tend to think, oh, I've got to go to satsang, to experience it. Or I've got to have a sitting with Laurie to experience it. Or I have to have a feel-good day. And so we divide our lives up. These things are good, these things are bad, I want more of this, I'm scared of all that. What about understanding it differently? Everything that's manifest is manifest for a reason. It's all in the process. All in the process. Redemption happens from the beginning of the timeline to the end. We judge it in the middle. Yet, what if the way it actually happens is that there's one thing going on, it manifests as everything, and in the fullness of time, all is made right. Funny concept, huh?
Yeah, I love it.
So then instead of running after all the things that make us feel good and make us feel spiritual, and running away from all the things that don't feel good and make us feel earthbound, instead we look for the grace in everything. Everything comes wrapped in grace. And so we look for the grace wrappings. And the easiest way, I think, to begin to understand this is to allow yourself, particularly in your highest spiritual experience, to stop for a minute and see where the silence is, where the quiet is. And then in your deepest, not spiritual experience, supposedly, stop for a minute. Listen for the silence. Feel the silence. Is it still there? Oh, my mind's busy. It couldn't possibly be there. I'm not talking about your mind. People come sit with me, meditation. First thing I say is, busy mind's busy mind, let it be busy. How many of us have spent hours trying to quiet our busy mind? It doesn't happen very easily, and not for very long. So why pay so much attention? Let the mind do what it does. It wanders, it chatters, it does what it does. And the body. The body's not going to be perfectly still. It can be, but is it important? Whereas what's really important to begin to let yourself understand that with the chattering of the mind and the moving of the body, the stillness is there. If it weren't there, you wouldn't be breathing. It's that still place. And so you begin to know that everything about being human is blessed. The divine loves the human. The divine loves everything that manifests into. You're part of it. But you're not special. You're part of everything. Everything is special. But we are not so special. We're human. So be human fully. Make your mistakes. You know, be funny, be weird. Be inconsistent. Have your ups and downs. It's only important that you wouldn't have them if for some reason not being human would get you something. It's not going to get you anything. Because no matter what, the one has decided to be human as you. And you're going to keep being the story that's Laurie and the body that's Laurie until the one decides, I've amused myself being Laurie.
Let me make sure. There we go.
Well, you know, I've experienced myself as Laurie now. You know, at this point, 68 years. No one is having a wonderful time doing that. But it won't do that for much longer. Not in this body, not in this personality. Time for this to become a different part of everything. It's coming soon. For some of you, you're much younger. You have many more years. Why spend them suffering because you don't understand that being human is a blessed thing? The one loves you beyond measure. The one wants to hold you through everything. The one wants to know how valued you are. But you're not special. Isn't that nice? You don't have to be special. You can just be you. It's enough. It's enough.
Aw, thank you, Laurie. So how can someone find out more about you or reach out if you so wish?
Well, I live in Asheville, North Carolina. I have a small retreat up on a hill. It's called Waking Dreams Retreat. People can come there for private, personalized retreats or small groups. People come sit with me at Waking Dreams Retreat. I also have a deep wisdom listening satsang on Tuesdays at Om Sanctuary, which is also in Asheville. And I'm part of Jubilee, downtown on Wall Street. So if you come to Jubilee, I'll be there. And I stand at the prayer wall and I hug people and pray for them. Don't tend to do too much by remote. So this is why Crystal needed to come sit with me. But, yeah.
And your website is?
Is Deep Wisdom Listening. And we have a new website coming online like next week.
Wow.
And it'll have a weekly blog on it and videos of things that I'm doing, whatever. My team's got it planned. To point me in a direction.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.